Hi, I'm live. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. It's Aya. I am a mom advocate and business coach. I'm happy to be here with you. Let's get right to it. So, today we are talking about, I'm just looking at my computer screen over here. So, today's live, we are talking about, let's read it. It says inbound or outbound. Which strategy works best to get more clients? Watch and find out more. So, let's talk about it inbound or outbound. So, let's define terms first and foremost. First and foremost, let's define terms. So, in when you have a business and you need to sell things, right? There's ways that you can find people who want to buy what you have to sell, right? And so, even if it's a service, people want to purchase that or be there with you or whatever. So in traditional sales conversation, there's inbound leads and outbound leads. So there's usually an inbound team and an outbound team. So inbound are people who handle the people who reach out. So someone is like, hey, I really want a copywriter. And so the copywriter would have an inbound team where I'm reaching out. And so there's just a dedicated team to handle people who are reaching out because, statistically, you want to reach out to people right away. So if someone reaches out to you, you want to have people on standby to respond to them. And outbound is like basically 90%, 95% of selling, where you're going out and targeting, targeting pars. Wow, 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 wow. Targeting prospective clients that you think would be interested in your service or your product and introducing it to them and talking to them about it. Okay, so so we define terms, so we have our terms together, so that's really important. And so let's talk about, if you want to come on the live with me and talk with me, you can. There's a link that I'm putting in the comments. You may not see it in every comment, I'm not sure. That's like the link, but you can come into the studio and share the stage with me. I would love that, actually. That would be really awesome. So anyway, now, so those are the two things going on, inbound and outbound, okay? Inbound and outbound, inbound and outbound. So we have defined terms, and it's really important to know because this video is about how to get more clients fast, how to close more business, how to get more sales. So you need to get an understanding of how the sales process works. You really do. If you have a business, you have a service-based business, you need to um, level up your sales skills. You need to level up your sales. Let me even say this: you need to level up your sales knowledge. Right? You have to just level up your sales awareness. Sales is not a bad word. It's not a bad term, not at all. All right. It's not about, well, look, that's kind of long, right? It's not a bad word at all. It's business, right? And so, um, that's why companies spend millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars on advertising. So people can get to know your business. I mean, did you know that TV is really paid programming? A lot of people don't see TV like that. The commercials pay for the studio for them to have the show, right? So the show exists because people are interested in the show. So the show exists because people are like, oh, I really want to watch this show. And so then advertisers are like, great, I have a million eyeballs, I have 10 million eyeballs, I have whatever. So I'm going to buy advertising during this time period so a lot of people can know about my product, right? Okay, boom. So you want to raise your awareness of marketing and sell. You want to raise your awareness. You want to really raise your understanding of the process. You want to really, don't put your head in the sand. Don't think it's by osmosis. People are making strategic and targeted decisions to increase their sales and business, right? To increase their revenue, or to even sustain their revenue, right? So let's say your current bills are $8,000 a month. Like, so to maintain your life and your family, it's $8,000 a month. So you definitely need to at least make $8,000 a month because you have to sustain yourself. And then your business has its own expenses, right? So depending on the business you have, even if you have a very low margin, like very low expenses, you still have some, I have expenses. And so, the business has to sustain its expenses and then sustain sustain the employees, sustain. So you got to make some profit here. So you cannot, You need to be strategic about how you're going to meet your revenue needs and your revenue, and if you're a service-based mompreneur, it's okay if your first step is like, I want to meet my the amount of money that I need for my life to make my life work. That is okay. And you have to find a way where, how can I consistently continue to make that money? Month in, month out, day in, day out. So this is why it's really important for you to increase your awareness of the sales process, increase your awareness of like how to, go from I don't have any sales to I'm having cold, sales closing all the time. So it's really, really important. Okay. So now people will say, there's this whole conversation on the internet where it's like, I wake up to 10 million DMs in my inbox and, X, Y, and Z. And that is what you would call inbound. And that really does happen. People want to work with you. But when people want to work with you, when you have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 followers, that's when people want to work with you. Do you know why people want to work with you? Because you have so much exposure. So a creator that has 30,000 followers and is consistently posting and has, average to good content, they have so much exposure, right? So they're constantly marketing. They have so much exposure than a creator that might have 500 followers. And so it's all about exposure. So inbound selling is all about exposure. Inbound selling is all about exposure. How much exposure do you really have? How much exposure does your brand really have? How much exposure does your business have? How many people know about your business? That is basically the fundamentals of marketing. That's all that marketing is. Marketing is not selling. So listen, marketing is not going to sell anything for you. Woo, let me say that for you again. I just had to chuckle because listen, I had to chuckle because sometimes you talk to marketers and you would think that, man, marketing is going to change your life. Marketing will change your life, but it's not going to sell anything for you. So it's really important to understand the difference. What it's going to do is, so marketing is supposed to create awareness, create like goal, like so many, excuse me, so many people don't know who you are, right? So like there's a large amount of people who they don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. They have no awareness of you. You're just not on their radar. So you have to take people from not having any awareness with you to having some type of awareness with you. And the cold selling is not realistic. Cold selling rarely happens. Probably never, actually. Because in the reality of things, there's so many things that go up to selling, right? So even if it's like, oh, I called someone and they bought my product, they might have been stewing on it for some time, you know. That's just how that's why you have to like have a relationship with someone. So anyway, so marketing will bring awareness to your business and you need that. So you absolutely need marketing because you want to be aware of your business. You want your people to be aware of your business. You want your target, not just everybody. You don't want just everybody to be aware of your business. You want your target market, the people who will benefit the most from your product or your service. So this is really important. People are constantly want to talk to me about their business, and I'm not even their target. I'm like, I'm not your target market. Like, I'm not your target market. And it's not, and because I'm in sales and because I'm in marketing and because I'm just a good human, I will just politely tell them that so they can, and I will explain it to them because it's important that people understand that everybody is not your target market. Everybody is not going to benefit from your services. People are like, oh, I'm the best coach on the planet. I can coach everyone. You don't even want to coach everyone. You have your preference. Like you have your own preference on who you want to coach. You don't even want to coach anyone. So you want to really be talking to your target market so you can be really telling them what needs to happen. Okay. So now we talk about that. So to have inbound, you have to have a lot of exposure, right? And you have to have copy that converts. So copy is the words that are being told. You have to have a story. So you have to have, so the fundamental of having inbound, getting a ton of sales from this inbound idea that people are coming to you. Some people like to call it magnetic, attraction, law of attraction, X, Y, and Z. You have to have exposure. So, sometimes people will be like, the laws of the universe, people will come to you. No one's coming to you if you don't have any exposure. I'm like, it's Friday. You could tell it's Friday because I'm just going in today. You could tell it's Friday because I'm just like really going in. I can't even believe how I'm going in today. It's so funny. If you want to join the conversation, please do leave comments, join the conversation and leave comments for me. I love that. Live comments. So let's do that. But yeah, like seriously, because like at the end of the day, you know, if people don't know who you are, if people don't know who you are, um, they cannot please do oh my goodness. Comments. If people don't know who you are, they cannot come to you. So that's the purpose of marketing, and that's the foundation of inbound leads. So if you want your business to be, you know, primarily uh what is the word, like the engine of your business, the engine of your sales to primarily be inbound leads, then you need to always consistently work on your exposure. You need to make sure you have the widest exposure with the actual people who are your target market, who will benefit from your product. You're talking to them, you're consistent with them, you have a way to build with them, you have a way to remind them about you, you have a way to tell your product story or your service story, you have a way to let them know that, hey, here's how I can help you. And you're doing this consistently, day in and day out. Yes, at that point, you'll have so many people who will be like, hey, I saw this, or I read this, or I saw this video, or X, Y, and Z, or this person was talking about you, or my friend mentioned you to my mom, my neighbor, my boyfriend. Then, yes, you will start to have that. So that's based on exposure, even exposure being advertising dollars. So even if it's like, oh, I am um, putting advertising dollars, everything doesn't have to be organic. So there's organic and and paid. Organic is like social media, like stuff that you don't have to pay for, basically. Okay. So Naomi says there is a flip side to that, though. As an artist, people often try to pay me in exposure. Yeah. Oh gosh, I love that. Thank you, Naomi, for bringing that up to us. Don't let anybody pay you in exposure. That's not currency. Exposure is not making me any money. Okay. That's canceled. I went to an event on LinkedIn, an audio event, and they were like, free is canceled. I love that. It was Lisa Hurley. She was like, free is canceled. Okay. She's like, do not pay me in exposure, right? You need to pay me in currency. Currency. Do you hear me? Currency, because I have to pay my mortgage in currency. I have to pay it in currency. Exposure is not doing anything for me. So hallelujah. So thank you, Naomi, for bringing that up. So on the other side of that, so exposure is really important, and you have to find ways and creative ways to get exposure with your target market. And that doesn't mean you don't need to advertise on the nightly news. You just need to find out who your target market is, and that takes time, and find out who responds. And sometimes like people want to like do business in like overnight, and it's like it's not possible. Like the type of market research that needs to happen to be effective in business, like it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, come on now. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't, I mean, come on. Market research does not happen overnight. Okay. So now let's move on to outbound. So outbound is very traditional selling. Excuse me, is very traditional selling, and that's you reaching out to people, introducing yourself to people who you feel like would be a good fit for whatever your product or service is, and you're introducing yourself to them. You're introducing yourself to them. And it's as simple as that. Sales is as simple as that. I mean, we could go deep, 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 deep and just go on and on. People go on and on about it. But reality is just you consistently introducing yourself to people who you think would benefit from your product or service. So basically it's like you have what is it called, like a profile. So for example, who would benefit from my product or service? So I am a coach, right? So I do a few things, but let's say one thing I do, I coach, right? So I'm a coach. I coach specifically, I choose to coach mompreneur. I can really coach anyone. I can coach men, I can coach women, I can, like it's all good. But I specifically choose to coach moms because I know the struggle, the juggle. I don't say so. The juggle is real with moms. I know that they basically have like 10 hours a week to work. I mean, by the time you're taking care of other human beings and doing all the business stuff, I mean, you just don't have a lot of time out here to like get stuff done. And so I help them get consistent, get their money, get their business game together so they can make some money, so they can be mom. I mean, that's it. I just guide them and mentor them so they can be mom, because that's what we all want to be. We want to be mom, but we need some money, right? So we need this money. We need this money consistently, and we need to be mom, and we need time to be mom. So I'm basically teaching people how to do that. So so I'm not going to go into a room where everybody's childless, because that's not my target market. They might like what I have to say, but that's not my target market, right? I'm not going to go into a room full of dads, because I'm not coaching dads, so dads are not my target market. I'm not going to go into a room full of moms whose kids are over 18, right? Because their kids are over 18, so they're not taking care of them anymore. They're adults. So it's a different situation, right? So you've got to really start to know, like, who is your target market and like what they need to be doing. And that takes that, that should be what you're really focused on. Who are they? Where do they hang out? And finding them, talking to them about what's going on and what they need. Come on, Naomi. I got to preach. Let's go. So that is important. So outbound sales. So you have to be introducing yourself to new people all the time. Now, I was in corporate business to business sales for years. And so I'm totally used to that. And all of the anxieties and fears and resistance that comes with that. Selling is not a game. It's really not. It's like the biggest personal development thing on planet Earth, in my opinion, because you have to do so many things. You have to like overcome objections. You have to overcome your own sense of anxiety and rejection. You have to get to the point. You have to, know what people are thinking, psychology. I mean, it's just so much you have to know your product. Like, I mean, it's like, man, come on. It's just so much you have to learn. And it forced me to become a better person. Like, it really forced me to become a better person and a better, and I think it helped me in my entrepreneurship journey, because I am not in denial that needs to happen. And so I've got to introduce myself to people every day to who might be a good fit from the service that I provide. Right. And so I write books. I don't even talk about my books that much, but there are people, I write affirmation books, and that's my jam. That's my jammy jam when I'm writing. And so there are people who are into that. I also have an e-commerce business that sells wigs. Yes, I love wigs. I'm a wig person. I do wigs, like, yay for me and wigs. So I do that. So I sell to people. Like, my e-commerce business is not like, it's not like Aya's business. It's just Icon Wig Palace, by the way. You can go, and it's for people who are into that, people who are into wigs and, doing their wig thing. So, you have to know, like, who are your people, what they need, what's interesting to them, like what's important to them and stuff like that. So when you said, like, what can get you the most sales now, what I think is the most sustainable, in my personal opinion, what will make your life easiest as an entrepreneur is setting up your business to have a ton of exposure over time and continue to grow your exposure and continue to create your own market. And yes, continue to do the work of exposure. It will allow you to do less of the hands-on tactical selling, because by the time the amount of effort and time you put into the exposure, which is usually around content creation or whatever, by the time the amount of time you put an effort into that, people will be like, oh, I want to work with you. Hey, what's up? I want to work with you. I want to have you here, whatever. But in the process, so I think that gets you more, that makes it more sustainable for just a one person or a 2-person business or a 5-person business. It makes it more sustainable. But how you can get clients now, you can get clients now. So if you need money now, like, I need money now, like today, I need some money today. I need money the next week. I need some money tomorrow. I need some money now. You just, depending on what you offer, I think it's my best friend. Depending on what you offer, you go out and introduce yourself to people. You don't have to be weird or say, like, you just be like, hey, my name is Aya, and I noticed that you're a mom and you're also starting your own business. How is that? Tell me about that. Oh, wow. Okay. That's super cool. Like, some of my clients say they go through this. Where are you at that? Oh, I do this. Okay, great. If you ever need some help with that, did you need, I could do, that's it. Just introducing yourself, like, be human, be normal. Like, I used to do, let me tell you, let's do some story time. I used to do door-to-door selling. I have done door-to-door selling. Literally, like, I have literally knocked on doors to people who do not know who I am, like just knocked on doors, like business doors, and done door to door selling. And so as a result of that experience, I really understand that all you do is be normal. Like it's just when they open the door, you're like, hey, what's up? My name is Aya. I'm with so and so company. How are you doing? I'm coming to talk to you about this because I think it's going to help you in your business because it helps a lot of people that are like your business. Do you have 5 minutes to talk about that? I mean, that's it. And most of the time, if you're like normal, it's very rare. Maybe as a woman too, but it's very rare that people are mean to me. Um, at most people are like, I'm kind of busy, I can't. I'm like, okay, cool. When can you? But a lot of times people just sit down and start talking. We would just sit down and start talking. Let's jam, and let's have a conversation. Let's go. And that would be the beginning of something I would be doing for them. So I hope that video was helpful. It was kind of like an in-depth breakdown of inbound or outbound, but it's important to raise your sales IQ and to raise your marketing IQ. Your business will make it or break it if you get marketing and sales right. Because if you have the best, like this is so important. What I'm about to say, listen, it's for free. Listen, I'm not even trying to charge anybody. This is for free. This is so important. You can have the best product or the best service. Um, yes, come on. You can have the best. So Naomi says, I have hired more people through virtual coffee sessions and just getting to know them than from pitches. Exactly. Come on now. And that's why creating content is so important, Naomi, because like creating content is like people getting to know you. They get to know your personality. They get to know, they have a sense of you. So, like if anyone watches my videos, like you will have a sense of me. Like how I am in my videos is like how I really am. Like probably a little bit more unhinged. But you want to get a good sense of, you want to increase because in business, okay, this is why I almost lost my train of thought. So in business, you could have the best product, right? The best product. So product is something that's created. You could have the best service, really like excellent, does its job, overperforms, outperforms. I mean, it's just amazing. But if no one knows about it, like that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. If no one knows about it, if no one knows why it's so cool, if no one even has an awareness of it, no one's talking about it, it's not going anywhere. So you have got to really take some time to increase your sales and marketing, intelligentsia, like your intelligence, so you can start to really share with the world your amazing service or product. That's so important. I go live every Monday through Friday. Oh, so today I want to announce something really cool. I'm doing a Black Friday event, a Black Friday sale. Yes, I'm doing American consumerism. It is what it is. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a good Black Friday sale? I do. I buy almost all my TVs and I buy all of my electronics on Black Friday. Like I wait, I don't buy electronics outside of Black Friday. I'm so serious. I buy my TVs on Black Friday. I mean, like I like tally up the prices on Black Friday. Like Black Friday is a really great time to get like electronic. Like it's a really great time. Like that one day is a really great time to get people's best deals. I mean, it just is what it is. So anyway, so I have my best deal. I have a Black Friday special that I'm doing. You can only purchase it on Black Friday. So you only have 24 hours to purchase it, and it's only for 10 people. Just because it's the only that's my bandwidth. 10 people. It's like I can't do more than 10 people. And so I have a coaching program. I have a 4-month coaching program. And a lot of that coaching program, we talk a lot about content creation and X, Y, and Z. But oh, cool. She's up there my merch. That's right. Come on, Naomi. Listen, we gotta do it. So my Black Friday thing is, I'm actually really good with helping people create content, like for real. Like I'm really good with helping you plan content. So my Black Friday thing is we're going to go from where I'm going to help you create 4 months of content in 4 days. So it's like a boot camp. Boom, boom, boom. 4 months of like, we're going to like get all done. 4 months of content. You can get all 4 months of your content done. I'm not doing your content for you. We're doing it together in this 4-day boot camp. And so the boot camp, that's why I can only do 10 people. I won't be able to give more than that. That's why it's limited at 10. So the first 10 people, it's $397 US. And we do, I think it's going to launch like December 1st or something in December. And it's a 4-day boot camp. It will be recorded. It's good for you to come live because you can ask questions. I can go really deep with everybody. Like this. Listen, we're going deep because we're getting this content done. So set you up. But it's so you want to go. So we want to go deep. But if not, it's like so it is recorded, so you can go back and watch it. But it's a 4-day boot camp. So it's like whoo, we going in to create the content. So by the end of the 4 days, you'll have 4 months worth of content. So that's what, like January, February, March, April. I mean, you're going to go into spring we got this. So that's what I'm doing for Black Friday. So watch for the link. I'll drop the link. I'm dropping the link on Thanksgiving because you can only purchase it on Black Friday, and that's it. And whoever gets the first 10 people, I'm excited. I'm excited to work with you. I think it'll be cool. And considering coaching with me one-on-one is $10,000, or coaching with me in a group session is $7,500. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is Black Friday cray. This is Black Friday cray, and it's awesome. So I'm actually really excited. I think it's going to be great. And so I'm so happy to be with you guys. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, Naomi. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Rest. I'll be around. I go live Monday through Friday. I don't go live on Saturday or Sunday, but I do this awesome audio event on Saturday, Social Saturday. I'm a part of it. So good to see you. If you have any questions, I can coach you. Drop me a DM. I love you. Bye.